So the try itself, that's worth 7?
So the try will be worth 7, but yeah, obviously with the 2 points for the conversion, opportunity to score 9, which is big emphasis there, is that 9-point power try.
And you mentioned the Fijians love to run, so expecting a lot of...
Yeah, I think Fijians are a great team and probably are suited to this type of football, but I think everyone can remember watching a Fiji game every now and then and seeing how exciting it is and how much the fans get behind that and actually seeing the opportunity there. So we bring that into every game. Hopefully that brings more attacking football for people to watch, and again bringing more people to the game.
Are you hoping rules like this will eventually be brought into the game on a worldwide scale?
Yeah, I think we're a great litmus test for an opportunity here. We want to challenge the way rugby is going, and again make it faster and more enjoyable from a player and from a fan point of view. So any rules like this that broached to us, we'll definitely test them out, and again it's going to be better for the game. We still want to keep the traditional side of rugby still there, so you'll still see 15 people on the field, front rowers, second rowers, so it still has access to all walks of life and all body types and shapes and sizes there, but again just modernising the game.
How big an impact do you think it'll have on sort of coaching techniques and game plans and whatnot in terms of the opportunity to score if you're starting from further back in the field and you reduce that kicking game?
Yeah, it's going to have massive changes. I think today you watch the game, people are almost in robot mode. They get stuck in their 22 set piece, one hit up, pass it, the 5'8" or the fullback kicks it out, and even defences now set 4 back knowing teams aren't going to run. So now we're manipulating both the attack and the defence. So coaches are going to have to be switched on for the game, and I think they're going to have to adapt during the game, which is why they're coaches. They want to see these changes. And I think also the rolling subs, the way they use that is going to be pretty exciting. And I know it's pretty exciting from a player's point of view, having that opportunity to have a power blast, an effort and the way that's going to be used there. So interesting few weeks there, seeing who can pick up the changes the quickest.
What do you mean by the rolling subs? Because sometimes that means they can come on and off as much as...
Yeah, so the coaches will have 12 opportunities to make changes, so an injury will still count as a sub. So nowadays, say a back row will come off in the 50th or 60 minute mark and won't be able to go on. So the coaches will actually have the opportunity to sub that guy in the 30th minute mark, use a fresher guy for 10 minutes either side of half time, and then bring that guy back on the back end, and that will count as 2 substitutions. So the opportunity to actually, again, getting that balance right of keeping that game fast and explosive, but still letting the little guys have that fatigue element in the bigger guys and be able to attack.
Yeah, and the line out, that's going to be a sprint to the ball, isn't it? It's going to be quite funny.
Yeah, so putting a bit of pressure on the ball boys, but they've been worded up. Well, we've been talking to the referees, and again I'll meet with the referees when they arrive and actually just have that emphasis on making the game still traditional and still the normal parts of the line out, but again, everyone doesn't like when we get there, the referee separates, takes his time, and then all of a sudden, oh no, they didn't have the right numbers. We're actually going to go, no, we're ready to go, throw the ball in and attack. Again, hopefully that means a cleaner, crisper line out, but again, defences might not be ready to defend, so again, hopefully more open, free-flowing football.
So what happens if the attacking team has 5 in their line out, but the defending team accidentally has 6?
So still, that'll be advantage because the normal number rules there, because obviously they've been aware earlier if they've got the opportunity of having 6. So again, the short arm free kick, the same opportunity, same rules apply. But again, that will be advantage, so the game will free flow again. So I think the defence in the back line will be the area that we'll be able to attack, because the team getting back 10 and getting set like that, hopefully we can take advantage of that.
Will the Force have an opportunity to get a head start here? Have they been practising with these new rules in mind for a while?
So we've gone out to all teams we're playing against, so they've all been notified and they've proven it well. So I think the Force have trained for them and are aware of them, but every team's aware of them. And again, like I said, Fiji, first game, they're probably used to doing it anyway, so it's in their... They've probably got the advantage on the Force because they've been playing this way for a while. So it's probably who adapts to the try, the bonus power try the quickest.
With, I guess like the 3-point was to basketball, do you hope this really revolutionises the game?
Yeah, again, like I said, hopefully it modernises it. I think you look at rugby league, you look at AFL, there's slight changes that they bring into tournaments that either do work or don't work, but then the ones that do work they bring into the modern game, and that's something that we can look at now. We can actually trial these games. I know in the Varsity Cup in South Africa they've tried these new law variations, and some have gone into Super Rugby and Test Rugby. So why not try them on our own soil now and give us, the fans, the opportunity to test them out and see what works.
How closely do you think the rest of the rugby world is watching the results of these rule changes?
I think very closely. We've worked closely with Rugby Australia, again going through the due process there with them, working closely with World Rugby. We've even asked for feedback from them on what rule changes they like bringing in as well. So we said we can test them for you if we want to bring them on as well. So we want to work closely with the whole world, and again, if we can be at the forefront of that and testing these boundaries, it's exciting for rugby in WA, and that's our big focus.
Are force players playing in this, are they eligible for Wallaby selection?
Yeah, definitely. That was one criteria we wanted to tick off quite quickly, because these force players are playing their local clubs. They're playing for the Western Force and also playing for the Western Force in the NRC tournament. So they are eligible, and like I said earlier, there are many players that can put their hand up for that selection, again during the June Test Series, but end of year spring tours, and hopefully our goal is to get some players in that World Cup squad.
Yep, so Rugby Australia have ticked on it for this year, but not next year's competition per se.
Yeah, so we're focused solely on this year at the moment. Our big goal is to get as many people to watch the game on Friday night. We're focusing on that, and we continue to work with World Rugby and Rugby Australia moving forward. But again, like I said, getting 2018 off the road is a big achievement for us, and to get players eligible for the Wallabies is pretty exciting.
What are your emotions? I mean, the Western Force were dead and buried before Andrew Forrest kicked in. What are your emotions seeing them back on the park now and finally up and running again?
Yeah, it's exciting. Like I said last weekend, it's pretty exciting to see the smile on faces, and that's not just the playing group going out to local community junior rugby. They've got a reason to play rugby now again, and the number of kids that are actually signing up to play rugby and to come to the game on Friday night is what drives me now, and my kids now again say, "Daddy, I'm going to play for the Force," which is pretty exciting and pretty rewarding to the effort that we're putting in behind the scenes to get such a exciting number of games up in a short amount of months, a strong team together, and I can't explain what Friday is going to be like from a spectator point of view. I'm going to have to be on the radio because I think I'm going to sit there and listen to Wolfmother for a while, because that's pretty exciting to actually turn up to a sporting event, and the rugby's one thing, but the whole experience is something that's going to be that's never seen before.
Yeah, talk us through the rest of the experience aside from the game. What can fans expect when they go there?
I'll leave some of that secret, but I know it's a lot of work's gone into the engagement of the fans. There'll be a lot of activations around the stadium. We want to get people into their seats watching junior rugby kids play at halftime. That's something that we wanted to keep, because I know when I was a young kid, to get the opportunity to play on the same field as a superstar was pretty exciting and driving, so we're keeping that element, but fireworks, some special things from mascots, and a lot of Perth identities being there at the game and supporting Rugby WA and pretty much WA sport.